Chapter 10, for Apprentices Only. Making a success of the job you've got is the best step toward the job you want. B. Baruch. Apprentices, welcome to our world, rookie. I'd like to extend a big welcome to all the apprentices reading this book. Welcome to a fun, challenging, rewarding career. How you got here is not as important as what you're going to do with the opportunity. To help make things easier, I've created this chapter just for you. The Proving Grounds. The beginning of your career is about proving yourself on the job site. Don't expect to be welcomed with open arms. Some guys are not going to be glad to see you. They'll see you as somebody who doesn't get it. They'll see you as somebody who just gets in the way of the job getting done. Don't let these guys discourage you. They think you ask too many questions. Be sure to ask the right ones. They think you're there to take their job. Let them know how much you appreciate their help. Some guys will understand that you are the future. They'll take the time to help you succeed. In the meantime, watch, listen, and make yourself useful. Day 1 through year 1. Your first year in the craft is a make-or-break proposition. Many union apprenticeship programs have a 10 to 20% or higher dropout rate. Here are some of the reasons that guys don't make it through the first year. Didn't understand what they were getting into. Didn't have a stable home life. Transportation problems. Missed training classes because they couldn't deal with the schooling. Hard partying lifestyle conflicted with work and their studying. Thought they could beat the drug test. Didn't manage their money well. Didn't realize how hard they'd have to work. And finally, didn't like being told what to do. Take a hard look at each of these. If you see yourself in any of them, I'd advise you to think about your decision very carefully. Becoming a union craftsperson is an outstanding opportunity if it's right for you. If not, like I said before, there's no shame in doing something else. We don't need folks who just want a job. We need people who are fired up and who understand that they'll have to jump through some hoops along the way. We want you to succeed, but we can't do it for you. No babysitting provided. The union is not a babysitting service. They're not there to carry dead weight. They're not there to coddle you. Unions exist to uphold high standards of excellence. They exist to provide opportunities. They exist to create power through solidarity. Unions promote fairness and equality in return for your effort and commitment. The union is not your big brother. It's not going to protect you when you do something stupid, reckless, or dishonest. Union people are professionals who are there to represent other professionals. Apprentice hazing. Hang tough. Sooner or later, most likely sooner, you're bound to meet a few guys who think you're there for their amusement. Guys who are going to give you a hard time because you're an apprentice. These guys will test you. They'll push you. They might even insult you or abuse you a little. Just remember this. Jerks that pick on new guys are the exception, not the rule in this industry. Don't let them get to you. Just hang tough and let them know you're not there to take any crap. Eventually they'll get the message. And remember, when you become a journeyman, protect that new apprentice. Don't coddle him, but at least make sure he gets a fair shake. Peer pressure. When you're new on a job site, there'll be a lot of personalities to deal with. Anytime you come in cold like that, you're going to face some peer pressure. This can be good or it might be bad. Just keep in mind that picking up bad habits and attitudes just to fit in is never a good idea. Maybe you won't always be able to say or do what you want. The key is to avoid bad habits. All that does is even create a more negative atmosphere for the next crop of new guys. They'll love you or they'll hate you. People on the job site are either going to love you or hate you. If you make yourself useful and look for something to do every minute, you'll be loved and respected. Bust ass all the time for everybody, and the crew will notice. On the other hand, if you stand around like a dumb rookie, you won't be popular. It's pretty simple. And many will fall. You'll see many folks fall by the wayside. Here's how it usually breaks down. 20+% of apprentices will eventually drop out or get canned. Another 10% of journeymen will drop out in their first 5 years. The industry, life's choices, and random chance sort out everybody's place. Remember, don't take the opportunity for granted. A lot of guys who thought they were going to make it in this industry didn't make it. Whatever the reason, don't let it happen to you. Pay attention, be smart, make good choices, for many will fall. Buy once, buy quality. When you're an apprentice, it can be hard to pay for the top quality work tools and clothes. Still, you're always better off buying the best stuff, even if it costs more. Get into the habit of paying for quality and it'll serve you well. Carhartt and DeWalt are like union construction. They cost more, but they're worth it because they're a better value. Living on the shoestring. An apprentice doesn't make much. First you learn, then you earn. That's the way it works. The contractor and the union spent a lot of money training you over the course of several years. You're an investment, and when that investment starts paying off, you both benefit. That's why you don't get paid much at first. It can make things tough over the first couple of years, especially if you have a family. Well, here are 10 rules for good apprentice money management. Remember that work is seasonal. You can't count on a 40-hour paycheck year-round. Save something when you're not working. Vacation pay is not enough. $50 a week is a minimum. $100 is even better. Don't worry about the toys just yet. You don't need a new F-150 payment. You don't need a bass boat payment, or an ATV, or a Harley. Don't worry, these things will come around soon enough. Look around at successful guys in the trades. Lots of them have all the toys. Smart ones have rental houses and country property. Guys who are spending every dollar, every week, every year never get there. Don't blow out your credit cards. Have 2 bank accounts, one for savings with a do not touch sign on it and a checking account for bills. Don't piss away your paycheck. Never cash your check at a bar or check cashing center. Cash in your pocket tends to disappear quickly. Deposit your check to your bank account. Direct deposit is even better. See if it's available. Keep your vehicle well maintained. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. A new engine, transmission, U-joints, they can all put a serious dent in your cash flow. Stay healthy. If you don't take care of your body, it won't take care of you. Take the overtime if you can get it. Some guys don't want to work OT. Just remember, it won't always be there, and those extra dollars add up quick. When you get to be a journeyman, making good money, live like you're still an apprentice. Then, when you want that toy or that trip, you'll have the cash to do it right. Study up on your fringe benefits. Your fringe benefits come to between $6 and $12 per hour. That's a lot of moolah. Most non-union guys don't get anything close to that. It just makes sense that you understand what your benefits are, how they work, and what you'll be earning over time. Being a union worker is a great deal, but some guys only look at what goes in their pocket every week. Study up on these basic benefit issues. Health plan benefits. How does it work? How many hours do I need to qualify for it and maintain it? What's a bank of hours? How does my family use the plan? Pension. How do pension credits accumulate? What will my projected pension be at 5, 10, or even 20 years? Do I qualify for pension health and welfare or partial payment of health premiums when I'm old and gray and broken down? Credit union. Do I have access to an affiliated credit union? Do they have a better deal on credit card interest and loans? And annuities. What the heck are they and why should I care? Life's not only about the next payday. If you have kids and any retirement plans, you know what I mean. I didn't have any kind of pension program until I was almost 30. Dumb! I wish I'd followed the advice I'm giving you. Understand how it works for you now and in the future, because the future has a way of sneaking up on you. Back in the classroom. Apprentice classes are not always fun, and that's putting it mildly. First, you have to do 40-plus hours of work per week. Then you have to go to apprenticeship school on top of it. Ouch. I know a lot of you were never too excited about sitting in a classroom to begin with. I know it's sometimes boring as hell. But you need to learn as much as possible, as fast as possible. And the stuff you learn in class is directly related to how much money you're going to make for the next 20 years. Dropping out's not an option. So why not make the best of it? And that guy next to you who's sleeping or doodling in class, you can be damn sure he's not going to make the cut when it comes down to survival of the fittest. The training center, what a deal. The training center is one of the best investments the union makes, and it's one of the best benefits you can get as a member. It's amazing to me that not every member takes advantage of it. Believe me, even though there aren't that many outstanding deals in life, this is one of them. The reason is simple. The better trained you are, the more you're worth. The training center is about lifting people up. It's about making better men and women. You might take it for granted, but when you think about it, the training center is an incredibly valuable benefit. Use it. The training staff. If you want to see the most underappreciated guys in our business, it's the training center staff. These are the guys creating the skilled people to drive our industry forward, but they usually don't get the recognition or credit that they deserve. The training staff isn't there because they've got nothing better to do. They're doing it because they're committed to helping people and helping our industry. They could be doing regular construction jobs instead of dealing with a bunch of knotheads and smartasses, and they could probably be making a lot more money in the bargain. So give them a little respect and consideration. Pay attention to what they have to say, and 5, 10, or even 15 years from now, you'll be glad that you did. Steel, iron, wood, and microchips? Do your kids know way more than you do about computers and technology? You're not alone. My daughter has never known a world without cell phones. Being a blue-collar worker used to mean your tools were made of steel and wood. Not anymore. Take lasers, for example. They used to be in sci-fi movies and comic books. Now they're on every job site. Take advantage of every chance to learn about technology because that's the direction of our industry. If you don't understand something, you can always ask your kids for help. Big companies versus small companies. For a new guy, what are the benefits of working for different types and sizes of companies? Let's take a quick look. When you're working for a big company, there are certain advantages. More area covered equals more job opportunities. Better training programs. More opportunity to move up to lead man or supervisor. An opportunity to learn how large companies are organized and managed. It's easier to find a mentor. There's disadvantages too, like you don't feel like you're part of the company. You don't know the owner or the boss, or you feel like you're a cog in a big machine. Now, what about small company advantages? Well, you get to do a little bit of everything. There's more of a family atmosphere. You know the owner personally usually, and you feel more appreciated. What are the possible downsides? Well, somewhat limited training opportunities. You're more vulnerable to the company's financial problems, and finally, there might be less opportunity for advancement.